when Jenny got hurt in the game the other night. When Jenny got hurt in the game the other night, I just remember looking at Jenny, and I looked at Coach Dinsmore, and I said, "Get Mandy ready." And then when I got out to Jenny, and Herb was kind of working on Jenny's leg, which was rapidly turning blue, I said, "Herb, Jenny, you got to buy us a few minutes to let Mandy get some touches." And so at that point, Jenny was really hurt. So I want to compliment Mandy for a couple of things. Not only just that work that she did in that game, and did a great job of coming in and letting them know that there was still someone to contend with, but that super hard work that she's put in over the years. She's worked, I mentioned that Kim works very hard, Mandy works very hard at the goal, and she has had the most positive attitude of anybody I've ever coached, and she's always trying to get better. And she's taken what she's had and taken it to as high level as anybody else on the team. Very, very difficult job to be in the goal like that. That was a great job at the Atlantic State Finals. How about Sarah? Sarah, nicknamed WC or Teddy Miranda, come on up here. Sarah, also a basketball player, and it's interesting when the basketball girls come out each year to watch the dynamics of the team. And very proud of how hard Sarah's worked. She's a wonderful personality to be able to have on a team. And all the other people that have worked with her know her in class or whatever. Oh, Sarah, she's such a great girl. She's such a great girl, and I can see why. You know, games, whatever, practice, she's always livening things up, etc. She's done a great job at center mid for us this year. How about Ashley Busan? Come on up, Ashley. Ashley's in here. Ashley's a hard worker, and I know that Ashley has also had a great attitude this year. She's my aide during third hour. She always feeds my fish and fills up the fish tanks on a regular basis. But she's got a great smile, and I always take heart from that smile when I see it, despite all that she's been through this year. I look at her, she can smile, I know I can smile, I know things aren't as bad. Okay? And so she's brought great life to the team and did a great job in the position that she had to play and the role that she played for us this year. How about Jackie Taylor? Jackie's also had to overcome some adversity. She had a major knee injury last year that she overcame, and then she had another pretty serious knee injury just at the beginning of the season. And Jackie worked. She knows probably more about knee strengthening than anybody around because she's had to do so much work on them. Jackie, compliment her too. She comes and works at my camp each summer with the younger students, and she just volunteers her time to do that, except for some pizza lunches. But she's been a great girl. Of course, Jamie, her big sister, also played for us, and I saw Jamie at the game the other night, and just a couple of fine sisters that came to this program, and I'm going to really miss both the Taylors. Jessica Kellogg. Jessica also was a basketball player. She came out this year after basketball and did nothing less than score 19 goals and have 13 assists after missing the first 3 games. So it was, I remember when my cousin coached Jessica, or didn't coach Jessica, but he coached against Jessica, and he told me about this younger girl. Allison, great cross-country runner as well as a soccer player, scored 5 goals and had 7 assists for us this year, and none of them bigger than the last 2 games. She had the last 3 games, she scored the winning goal against Owasso, and then she had the winning assist in the state final. What a way to finish her career. Great runner, great worker on the field, and just a real quick story about Allison. You know, I'm always asking my assistants, you know, you think we ought to do this, you think we ought to do that. At one point in the state final, I was thinking maybe we needed to switch somebody over here, do something like that. And to the assistants' credit, they said, just leave everything like it is. And within about 30 seconds, Allison hit the ball over the top that Kelly scored for the winning goal. So sometimes the best decision is no decision and no change. So that's credit to the assistants that night for helping me through that. Esther Grinnell. Esther also had to overcome some adversity this year. She had a broken leg for about 6 to 7 to 8 weeks and worked very hard. Come back from that and scored 3 goals, had 4 assists. But a lot of it Esther does for the team, really can't put in the stats. She's a great distributor. She heads the ball very well, and very smart player. And I've known Esther ever since she came to camp. As a youngster, I knew all along that she was going to be a good one, as did Jackie. It's easy to see sometimes in 7th and 8th grade that these girls are going to be good. How about Rachel Ref Fouts? Can you come up, please? Oh, Rachel Ref, because one day I looked at the front of her car and she had a soccer ball and the words ref on there, and I said, "Oh, you're a referee." She goes, "No, those are my initials." And I said, "Okay." Rachel came to us from another school, and I'm really glad she did make that decision to come share her time with us. And, you know, she brought a lot of great qualities with her. She's very tough and great left foot, and you know, she's a national merit finalist. And I think that's the first time I've ever had a national merit semifinalist, let alone a merit finalist on the team. So a great tribute to her as well. Morgan, this is Mosafina McCord. I had to ask Cheryl McCord if she minded if I called her that, because at senior night I heard her mention that was kind of her name for her. And to me that kind of stuck. But, I know that during the final a lot of the guys had programs and they were yelling at the girls. So the first time Morgan made a run, instead of yelling at Morgan, because they were all yelling, I said, "Way to go, Mosafina." Just try to give us some inspiration over the crowd. Morgan's played right midfield. She's also a basketball player and came out after a basketball season this year and did a great job. And I think Mosafina, I think that means one that plays the right side extremely well. Is that right? I'm pretty sure. But I've known about Morgan forever. Me and Cheryl and I have taught together for really care to recall. So next up, Morgan, by the way, had 3 goals and 7 assists this year. Becky Sketch Garcia. She reminds me this year, all the time I call her Becky, it's Sketch. She's a great artist. She likes to be known as Sketch. She's anchored the back for us for several years now, and put more than one hip check into girls during the course of the year, which I was glad to see. But no one's been better running the back sweeping position than Becky. I'm going to really miss that next year, but we have some good sweepers, a good sweeper, a couple of good sweepers coming up. How about Kaylin K. Brady? I do know that my cousin did coach Kaylin, and he mentioned to me that before the state final that he thought Kaylin was going to have a part in winning the state final for us. Actually, he said that about every game, but he really said that about the state final. And he thought, you know, a long time ago that Kaylin was a defender on his team. This was, I don't know, you were tiny. And he recounted the story to me that one game he moved Kaylin up to offense, and she hated it. And she told him after the game, "Don't ever make me play offense again." And I'm glad that she found a coach along the way that saw her potential up front, or that would have never been the other night. Kaylin had 13 goals and 6 assists this year. Let's have Lauren Caldwell, known as Mighty Mite, or Little Bit occasionally, when I call her on the field. Lauren's one of our captains. I should have mentioned that Esther's also one of our tri-captains this year. I overlooked that, but Lauren's also one of the tri-captains this year. Lauren came to us as kind of a forward midfielder. And I think last year we found a new position for her. And she could always be counted on to stay with and run down other speedy players. And she's also my 8 worst hour. And she didn't have to feed the fish. She just had to get all the paperwork in my mailboxes every day. She'll be sorely missed next year. I think that's everybody except one more person that I wanted to mention tonight. And I have a couple other people, my trainer and my manager, I want to overlook over there. But I want to bring up this last player who's an NSCAA State Player of the Year. NSCAA, just notified yesterday that she's an NSCAA All-Region player. And also, I've been notified earlier this year that for the year 2001, an NSCAA All-American going to Oklahoma University. Lauren, everybody knows her as Matt McIver, with 26 goals and 20 assists this year. We completed this, well, this is Baker's dozen here, but we have 2 other people I want to recognize, and that's Kimmy and Dana would come up, please. Kimmy and Dana are also seniors this year, and they're to be recognized as well for all their hard work. Kimmy, on the end there, is our manager this year, done a great job for us this year, did some great filming. She got almost some of the goals. Usually when it got ready to go in the net, she probably looked up over the camera watching live action. But she volunteered her time to travel with us and go with us, and she had a real hard schedule this year, and I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Jimmy, for all your hours that you put in, and for bringing us luck, and for reminding me not to be a litter bug. Next to Kimmy is Dana Smith, and Dana's been our manager, our trainer for the last couple of years, and she does a great job. She also volunteers her time, numerous hours of many sports, to come out and train with the players. She's really brought us luck as well, and it reminds me before the state final, a lot of the girls got letters from some of the elementary students, and some of the parents talked to us, and the one that Dana got said, "Dear Dana, train them well." And I thought, she did train them well. She did a very good job for us. There you have the senior class in the year 2002. The greatest senior class ever to come through Jenks High School, in my humble opinion. I've seen them all, and I said that a few years ago, and it just keeps getting better, and I'm sure it will continue to get better. I don't know that I'll ever see this much talent, and this much community service, this many good grades, this few of D-halls, no Saturday school service, no suspensions, no probation. This is a great group of girls. I do have an award that I want to present one of these girls. We have an award that we vote on each year called the Sheridan B. Smith Award. Sheridan was a player in 1993 state championship team, scored the winning goal against Seven Memorial, much like Kaylin did. And Sheridan was injured the year after, junior year. She had ACL surgery. And actually it was her senior year when she had the surgery. December 20th she had surgery. And back then, it's about 1994 or 5, do you remember, Kevin? Casey? 96. She had surgery on December 20th. She wanted to play in a game that year. And we went to the state final that year. I guess it was 95. Went to the state final that year, and she played in the state final on the outside mid. And I've never seen someone just have that desire and motivation, but yet so humble and so loyal. And so I have an award that we give out each year. And because Sheridan overcame some very trying circumstances in a very successful, motivating way, we named this award after her, the Sheridan B. Smith Award. And we voted on it as a team. We take nominees, and as I said, several girls had trying circumstances. And we voted as a team, and it was pretty clear cut who the winner was, if I could have the plaque. This award is presented to Sheridan B. Smith's Spirit of Success Award, presented to Miss Ashley Fuson this year for all. That's well deserved. She's worked very hard to overcome the trying circumstances. At this point, I know the girls have a few remarks to make, and I've just kind of gone on and on, but to me, not seeing them ever again after this year, I think that's been, just the entire evening just listening to them. But who's going to take over and talk to you guys? Who's talking on behalf of the stage here? All right. I'm going to give it to them for a while.
Well, we have a record time of Coach Martin speaking at 36 minutes. Okay. First off, well, I'll make this short because everyone's done so many thank yous, but we really wanted to thank some people because I feel like so many people have contributed to our success and made us really important and have helped us a lot. So some of them were our additions, scholarships, and all of that. Mrs. Gill for decorating our locker room and our bus and just everything, making it really pretty and fun. Mrs. Gettner for writing in the Jenks Journal. Mrs. Porter and the counselors on when we were getting ready to leave for the state game. They, Mrs. Cooper, Mrs. Porter, and some other counselors came out and they made us paper mache flowers and posters and stuff, and they just came out and cheered us on and stuff. It was just really cool to know that the whole school is behind us and they really do care how we do and everything. And Nancy Vaughn for bringing us food all the time after the game. And the last is we wanted to thank the boys soccer team and the JV girls because I know this year I just saw how much you guys supported us and stuff, and the guys, every game, we were like, we want so bad for them because they had to ride up at like 3 in the afternoon. We had away games, and they had to sit through our whole game and then wait for theirs, and that took up so much of their time, but we really appreciated it. You guys being there and supporting us and being up in the stands and all that kind of stuff, and you guys, drove to the away game for the state championship and watched us and cheered us on and stuff, so we really appreciate that. And also the JV girls, they stayed many practices, and they would make us stuff and bring it to us, and they would come to all our games, and that was just awesome to see you guys support us in that way. And so we just want to recognize you guys. We can't really bless you, we're leaving. But we wanted to say thank you, and we appreciated all of that, and just know all you guys do. So, give them a hand. Okay, now we have, remember when Allison Vaughn and Sarah.
Okay, these are remember wins. Remember when we had to do sprints in a blizzard?
Remember when we received an unexpected visit from our sponsor, Banquet?
Remember when Coach Carney forgot to buy us ice cream?
I'm still waiting for it. Remember when Jessica Kellogg wasn't hungry? Remember when the dough was missing from No Excuses at a Wasso?
Remember, don't use me for my body.
Remember when Lauren Harris was actually quiet?
Remember open mic night?
Remember when Maureen was excited?
Remember trying to fake injuries to get out of morning runs or wanted to hide in the jump pit mats?
Oh gosh. Remember when Jessica burnt her neck with a curling iron?
Remember when or why Kaylin was late for practice?
Remember when Jamie took out the whole world with her foot instead of someone?
Remember when Jackie couldn't find the 4-leaf clover? Remember when Kimmy actually caught the goal on tape?
Remember when we didn't hurt Jenny at practice?
Remember when Megan sounded smart? Remember when Sketch walked on her heels?
our season was really, really dedicated to his memory. He was an amazing fan for our team, and he was at every game. He was so incredibly dedicated, and we really miss him, and we know Ashley does, and we just wanted to take a minute to remember him and all that he did for us, because he was awesome, and he was definitely there with us at our state championship game, and he was with us all season. So we just want to remember him.
I've been waiting 4 years to say this. I would like to will to Coach Carney my ability to keep it short and sweet.
By so fast. It seems like yesterday we were going for freshman initiation. The six senior punts painted our faces and made us wear the most ugly clothes imaginable. Our peers hardly recognized us because we looked like freshman pigs.
We would like to thank our parents for having a Trojan pride, always having patience, and putting us on pedestals. The friendships we have made are priceless, and we hope to stay in touch. Perhaps it will only be by phone, but if not, we have pictures that will last forever.
We will all take different paths in life. Some may move to Phoenix, Pasadena, or maybe Oklahoma City. Possibly some of us will pursue a career as a postal worker, a pilot, pediatrician, policeman, principal, take a trip to another planet, or maybe become the wife of a president.
We pray that no one goes to prison or is on probation and has to use their one phone call to call their parents to post bail. This season, we had some painful practices but positive motivation. Our main goal was to pound teams and not let them into the playoffs. We performed our best and showed great personalities.
Our last game together was perfect. Although the pressure was on, we came to perform for all the people. We had a lot of pride and took the game personal and made our opponents pay. We had our lucky pennies and four-leaf clovers. We won our prize and made history. We will never forget the awesome feeling of pouncing into the dog pile.
Our job was to prevent anyone from getting the pleasure of winning a state championship, and we did. After playing peekaboo in preschool, having popsicles after practice, and during pizza parties, we would like to say, peace.
Just reiterate, thank you to everyone, and thanks to the girls. Varsity and JV for working so hard this year, and I'm going to turn it back over to Travis, and he's going to mention a couple of things, but thanks very much. And good job, folks.
We haven't seen the action that seemed to come so easy for Norman in its first two games.